Hey, what's up, everybody? So I am sitting here on my lunch break. I decided to come and people watch. I come outside and sit in my car and just have some peace and quiet away from the job. And I decided that I would take a moment to share with you something that hopefully will be a revelation to some of you. For some of you, it may be something that you already know, and it won't be that much of a revelation, but maybe confirmation. But I want to talk to you a little bit about metabolism and maybe some things that you can do to make sure that you're successful if you're trying to lose weight or build muscle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the camera around, and I grabbed my notebook and a pen, and I want to show you something, and hopefully after you see this, you will understand quite a bit about metabolism and what it takes to get in shape. So here we go. Okay, so before we get started, please forgive the shakiness of the camera because I didn't bring my tripod out here. This was something that I just decided to do off the cuff. So here we go. First of all, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to ask you, please forgive my drawing. We're going to do this here. All right, 2 squares. Let's go here. You're like, what in the world is he doing? Now, when you figure this out, don't laugh, because I don't know how this is supposed to look, but here, we're gonna do this. I'll do this one. Okay, so if you can see this is 2 houses. This is an aerial view. Say got a drone. This is an aerial view of 2 houses. Now, these houses are in the same town, same city, same town, what have you, same side of the road, okay? Same square footage, everything. So the elements, everything affects these houses exactly the same. So 2 houses, okay? This is house number 1. This is house number 2. If you can see that, number 1, number 2. Now, house number 1. Let's say, again, same square footage, everything. This house, if you figure that it's maybe muggy inside this house, it's like 88 degrees, okay? Nice and muggy in the house, and you decide, I'm gonna let up on the windows. So you let up the windows and you get a nice cool breeze rolling through. What happens to the temperature of the house? Correct. It starts to drop. Very nice. Now, let's say that your significant other is in the house, very conscientious. Who let open all the windows? And they go behind you and they shut all the windows. What happens to the temperature of that house? If you said it starts to go back up, that is correct. It's going to start to go back up. This house right now wants to be 88 degrees, okay? Now, theoretically, you can open and shut these windows all day long, and the temperature is going to be affected. It's going to go up and down, okay? That's house number 1. House number 2, same square footage as house number 1. Everything is the same. The weather is affecting it the same way. However, house number 2, pretty smart. Instead of messing around with the windows, that is a thermostat. So we're just going to adjust the thermostat to a nice 68 degrees for those of you that like it really cool in the house. You adjust that thermostat to 68 degrees. Once that thermostat is set at 68, pretty much you can say that that house is going to stay at 68. It's going to continue to work to stay right where it's set. Now, this house now wants to be 68. This house wants to stay at about 88. These houses have 2 different set points, okay? These houses represent your body. Here's what I mean. House number 1. We're going to go back over here, opening and closing windows. Anything that you do, okay? Anything that you do that when you stop doing it, it goes back to the way it was. It's pretty much like opening and closing windows. So here's what I mean. Excessive cardio to lose weight. Cardio is great for your heart, hence the word cardio. Not the best option for losing weight long term. Calorie restriction. Okay, you can restrict calories, and then you're not going to be able to maintain that. It's not sustainable, and then as soon as you stop, what happens to your weight? Exactly, it comes back up. People are not going to like me for this one, but intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is a fancy way and a tool for you to restrict calories. So it's the same thing. As soon as you stop doing that, it's going to go back up. Here's one. Keto and other fad diets. You can do this diet, ketogenic diets. When you stop doing it, it's like closing the window. It's going to go back up again. Pills and potions. Any kind of pills and potions that you take while you're taking them, everything seems like it's great. And the list can go on. Believe it or not, some programs that you get into, high intensity interval training programs that are not set to where you're able to lose weight. And there's a good bunch of companies that do those types of things. I won't put the names in here because they'll be mad at me, but programs where you do high intensity interval training, and that's all you do is high intensity interval training, and you're not really building any muscle, but you're just doing these programs over and over again. As soon as you stop, pretty much like cardio, you're burning calories and you're affecting the house from the outside in. All of these are affecting the house, your house, from the outside in. You haven't changed the set point. Okay, house number 2. This house has a thermostat. We've already established that, and we've changed the thermostat. What controls the temperature in your house if temperature equals metabolism is the amount of muscle on your body, okay? Aside from some brain function, things like that, muscle is what controls your metabolism. So a bigger engine burns more gas. If gas is calories, body fat, and the engine is the amount of muscle on your body, a big block V8 burns more calories than a Volkswagen Passat or a lawnmower engine. Or ladies, most ladies don't want to be considered a big block V8. So a Ferrari or Porsche or Lamborghini engine burns more gas than a lawnmower engine. We want a big, strong, powerful engine to burn as many calories as possible. Once that engine is in your car and a different size engine is in your car, then your vehicle, your body is going to have a different set. It burns X number of calories or miles per gallon in a car, but X number of calories per hour per day, and that is going to be determined by the amount of muscle in your body. Now, let's talk a little bit about muscle. There is only one thing that builds muscle, okay? Protein, amino acids from protein. You need to have enough protein in your diet. A lot of people say 1 pound per gram of body weight. Not really true. You don't need that much, but let's just say women need to be anywhere between 0.85 and men 0.85 to 1 gram per pound of lean muscle on your body, lean body mass. And that's going to help you to maintain that. But here's the issue. Right now, if your body only has a certain amount of muscle and you want to maintain it, you haven't done anything to affect your body's set point. This is the big issue. People think they're eating enough protein, they're eating enough to maintain. Do you want to maintain a specific caloric base metabolic rate? Do you want to maintain that? Or do you want to increase your metabolism so your body burns more even when you're at rest? Most people don't really understand it or haven't thought about it before, but you want to increase your metabolism. The only way to do that is this. If amino acids are the building blocks of protein, are the building blocks of muscle, and protein is where you get the amino acids from, in order to put an addition on your house, add muscle, you're going to need more bricks. So you need more protein than you would currently need just to sustain your current metabolic rate. So if you want to increase your metabolism, you got to increase the amount of bricks that are available to put an addition on the house. You got to increase the amount of protein over and above maintenance. Now, that is why a lot of these diets fail and a lot of things fail over here, because sometimes you can do so much cardio, so much of this, that you're actually eating into muscle. Sometimes you can do this. Now, here's a big thing about keto and protein-only diets and things like that, especially if you don't get enough protein in your diet. Guys, ladies, listen to me. There is a big $15 word name, and I'm going to write it down here, gluconeogenesis. Glucose, neo for new, genesis, to create. Your body's preferred source of fuel is carbohydrates, glycogen, glucose, glycogen, okay? So that's the preferred source. And our bodies are so smart. If you do not give your body enough glucose, enough carbohydrates, your body will take some of the protein that you think is going toward building muscle, and it will convert that protein into carbohydrates, into glycogen, and use it for fuel. Do not cut carbs, okay? Do not cut carbs. Carbohydrates are protein sparing. You need to have carbohydrates to spare the protein to do what you want it to do, which is actually build muscle. Okay, now, if you've got enough carbohydrates and you've got enough protein, you're going to notice that you're going to start to build. Now, we still want to stay within the amount of calories that you need, whatever your BMR plus your activities. BMR stands for base metabolic rate. Whatever that is, plus the amount of activity, you want to stay within that range, and then a slight deficit, not tremendous. Guys, there's no quick fixes. Don't try to lose 20 pounds overnight, okay? A slight calorie deficit. There's 3,500 calories in a pound of fat, okay? 3,500 calories. So, if you have a deficit of 500 calories with a combination of diet and how much you exercise, if you expend an extra 500 calories a day, and eat less to where you have a deficit of 500 calories, what that means is that in 7 days, 500 calories times 7 days, that's 3,500 calories. Theoretically, you can lose a pound of body fat per week. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, but 1 pound per week in 3 months, that's 12 pounds. When's the last time you can say that you lost 12 pounds of body fat and it's not going to come back immediately? Most of you would love to lose that amount, but it's just doing it the right way, okay? Now, part of it is getting on the right type of program, because what I just told you is only one third of the issue. A lot of people say it's 80% diet. Nope, it's not 80% diet, because if you do all the things right with your diet and you don't build muscle, you're not going to lose weight on a more permanent basis. So that's 1/3. The other 33.33% is the workouts that you're doing, okay? Now, if you're doing enough workout to where you're breaking down muscle is not built Muscle is not built in the gym. Muscle is torn down or broken down in the gym, and it's rebuilt during recovery. So you need to do enough work in the gym to actually break down muscle so that there's something to recover. And that's when it's rebuilt. Now, the workouts, that's the second 33%. Now, the last 33.33%, remember it's not 80-20, is recovery. That includes diet, the things you eat, supplementation, getting the right kind of nutrients. All of those things are included. Sleep, recovery is equally, if not more important than all of these things, but I give it a 33. So 33%, 33%, and a third. Okay, so 33.33% is your diet. 33.33% is your workout, and 33.33% is recovery. If you do those things and have them set up the right way, you're going to start seeing results, and there's going to be no stopping you. You're not going to plateau and fall off. And understand why you plateau, because when you're not seeing results, nobody likes to go to work and not get paid. So when you're not seeing results, I understand plateaus happen, and then you're doing this all over again in 3 months, 6 months, or the next New Year's resolution. Guys, if you pay attention to this, you're going to see some results. Let's put an end to the New Year's resolutions and start a revolution in your own body. This is Coach Scott G. Keep pressing. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.